Welcome to the future of Aritizia. Brian Hill is the current CEO and founder for Aritizia Inc. He established his first boutique in Vancouver during 1984. His store was targeting 15 to 30-year-old women who were looking for unique, high-quality products. Currently, they have 63 boutiques in Canada and 21 in the US. With their boutiques, they have developed their own brand labels. The store has built their success through their vision to offer beautiful clothes in inspirational spaces with exceptional service. I strongly believe that Aritizia is prepared to expand markets outside of North America. Currently, they have operations in the US and Canada and have over $667 million in revenue, according to their 2017 fiscal year report. They continue to expand through North America with their financial partner Berkshire Hathaway. With these factors, it is evident that Aritizia is ready to expand to the great nation of Mexico. To demonstrate to you the great opportunity that exists in expanding to Mexico, I will go over Aritizia's current position, an introduction to Mexico, expansion reasons, and the marketing strategy. Aritizia's current position. Aritizia currently depends on primary industry companies to supply them with their top quality materials such as cotton, down, tencel, and many more other materials. Their manufacturing factories are located all around the globe, including Cambodia, China, India, Vietnam, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Romania, Italy, Turkey, and Peru. As you can notice, they only have one manufacturing center in America, which is where all the current market is located. With expanding operations to Mexico, opening a factory in the country could come with many benefits that we'll discuss later. Lastly, the tertiary industry, which is the retail stores. With the expansion plan, we're looking to expand the boutiques beyond Canada and the US into Mexico. So what does Mexico have to offer? They have a large population for one, low labor costs, second largest economy in Latin America, and is part of the US-Canada-Mexico agreement. Although they do have high corruption, there is a new government now in place who has plans to end it. Looking at the geography, the country has a very strategic location, since it is between Latin America and the United States. Mexico has been able to build a strong transportation system to transport trade goods around the country. It has 1,714 airports, third largest in the world, which Canada is fourth. It has 9,330 kilometers of coastline, 15,389 kilometers of railway, 377,660 kilometers of roadways, 2,900 kilometers of waterway, which is 33rd largest in the world. Canada is currently 77. Overall, the country has a large amount of airports, third largest in the world, and railways, making it goods easily accessible around the country. There are also many major cities that carry a very large population for its size, making a large market potential. Mexico has experienced numerous natural disasters that include earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. However, the economy has been able to continue growing despite these disasters. On September 2018, there were two earthquakes that resulted in damaging the oil sector and surface market, but construction activity continues to increase despite the disaster. Environmental hazards differ on the area. On the Pacific coast, there are tsunamis. On the center and south, volcanoes and earthquakes. On the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean coast, there's hurricanes. When looking at time difference, Ottawa, Ontario is 1 hour ahead of Mexico City. Canada, however, does have 6 time zones compared to Mexico's 3 time zones. Mexico has a population of 124,574,795, one of the largest populations in the world. Mexico population groups. With the history of the Spanish takeover, most individuals are Roman Catholic and Spanish. The country's national language is Spanish, although some indigenous people speak Mayan, Nahuatl, and other indigenous languages. Mexico has a population growth of 1.12%, which indicates that potential market will continue to grow for the next generations. Mexico's post-secondary education follows the American model. Over the past few years, there has been a huge demand for these institutes and programs. Much of their growth has been due to the large amount of private investments that have built universities. The government as well has been continuously investing in public universities. Mexico currently offers a variety of types of institutes, including public universities, technological institutes, and universities. Although Mexico is still a third world country, they have a really strong communication, since over 90% of the population carry a cell phone with them. Over half the population have internet, which accounts for more individuals than Canada's population alone. Therefore, there exists a large market that can be accessed through online sales. The economy. Mexico is one of the strongest economies in comparison to other emerging markets. In Latin America, it is the second largest economy. Their structure. They have a free market economy is running by the currency the peso, which is equivalent to 6 cents Canadian. The country is known for their high quality and cheap labor force, which is currently at 88 and 36 pesos a day. It has a strong labor force with 54.5 million people, 12th largest in the world, and Canada is currently 31st. Their GDP is $2.458 trillion. It has a 2% growth and their capita is 19,900. Their unemployment has stayed low at 3.6%. Looking at Mexico's free trade agreement, the economy has doubled due to the NAFTA agreement since 1994, which has brought their largest partner, the US. The country exports and imports have since then had a high growth. Mexico's largest trading partner include the United States and Canada, which account for 82.7% of exports and 48.7% of imports. The country continues to build and secure free trade through agreements like NAFTA that have had huge impact on the economy's growth. Mexico's president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, is a leader of the National Regeneration Movement. The country is a federal presidential republic, where the president is both head of the state and head of the government. This gives more power to the president, which has led to corruption in many occasions. Mexico has a score in the 2017 Corruption Perception Index of 29 of 100. 0 represents the most corrupt, and 100 is the least corrupt. Although their corruption seems high, the new government is set to bring more transparency and to eliminate corruption in the government. They've already begun by changing numerous agreements that the old government put in place for their own benefit. For example, the construction of the new airport. Now we're looking at business protocol. Negotiations in Mexico are normally slow-paced because individuals value their relationships and only do business with friends. Every business is done in person and usually begin with small talk to build a basic relationship. Tactics used in Canada, such as being direct, can be perceived as rude or aggressive. Appearance is a symbol of social class, and for that reason, it is extremely important to be formal business attire when negotiating in the country. Men should wear dark suits with ties, and women should wear formal business attire. It is always better to be overdressed, since appearance is a first person's impression. In Mexico, like I've mentioned before, Spanish is the official language. It is important to address individuals by their titles and avoid using first names unless you're invited to do so. When addressing elders, superiors, or strangers, one should only use the formal form of you, which is usted. Although majority of business people in Mexico speak English, it is important to learn fundamental Spanish phrases. For example, por favor, which means please, adios, which is goodbye, disculpe, which is excuse me, gracias, which is thank you. It is very common for people to be 30 minutes late to meetings. Although Mexicans are not rigid on punctuality, it is still important to be on time to show respect. It is not uncommon for business people to cancel meetings, and for that reason, one should always call ahead to confirm the meeting. Entertaining clients or potential partners through dinners is extremely important to build a business relation and a personal relation. Culture. In Mexico, people only do business with those they have a personal connection with. Therefore, understanding their business culture is vital when running a business in the country. Understanding their values and expectations will help foreign individuals successfully build their business. Unlike Canada and other Western countries, Mexico values personal life over business and only deal with individuals that they connect with. Individuals in Mexico value body language more than other countries like Canada. When meeting or departing, Mexicans shake hands and hold a gesture for a longer time than in Canada. Close friends greet each other with a hug and a kiss to the cheek. However, men prefer a hug and a pat on the back. So rich advantages in Mexico are as followed. With a low labor cost, it will be much more cost efficient to manufacture in Mexico than in Peru, 3 times less. With the US-Canada-Mexico agreement, it allows for free trading for our products to our current markets, which are in Canada and the US. With a much higher population of 124,574,785 compared to Canada's population of 37,106,006, there is a much larger market. Due to the great distribution channels, it will be extremely accessible to transport goods around and out of the country. Now we'll go over Aritiz's strategy of how the company will penetrate the great market of Mexico. Aritizia will continue to offer a variety of products: blouses, pants, t-shirts, dresses, jackets, sweaters, coats, skirts, denims, shorts, leggings, bodysuits, puffers, sweatshirts, jumpsuits, and accessories, and will also continue with their high quality standards. With the new manufacturing plant in Mexico, Aritzia will be able to easily transfer their products to the US and into the Canada market. At the same time, Aritzia will be well positioned if they ever want to expand into Europe or Asia, since Mexico has a large coastline giving them an easy access to the other markets. Sales will occur in high-end luxury malls throughout major cities to target the wealthier classes, and through an online platform since over 73 million people have access to the internet. The store design will remain the same. However, we'll be using Mexican photography to decorate the store so we can build a stronger connection with our customers. When looking at pricing strategies, there exist 4 different types of pricing strategies, which are penetration, lower prices to get market share, premium, setting the high price to express luxury, skimming, setting a high price because a company has great market control, and lastly, economical, lower prices by cutting costs. The best option for our strategy will be penetration, because this way we can maintain our high quality and take a larger market share at a faster pace. Aritzia will be promoting their boutiques through social media, since we're targeting women in the 15 to 30-year-old demographics. Over 73 million people have internet access and over 114 million people have a cell phone, giving us easy access to our target market. For our marketing, we'll be using 3 different types of strategies. Free publicity with public relations and direct marketing. For free publicity, we'll help the environment by continuing to promote self-sustainability. With public relations, we will use local photography for our shopping bags and our boutique decorations. This will build a stronger connection between our customers and the boutique. Lastly, we'll be using social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat to directly target our target market. With our strategy put in place in a great market, it is easy to say that Mexico is a land of opportunities. Thank you for your time, and if there's any questions, do not hesitate to contact me.